You ever try to do something simple, just something for your kids, like, building a treehouse out back, only to end up with half the town staring at you like you're a headline waiting to happen? That's how my buddy Dorian Bell's Saturday went from sunny and ordinary to a whole episode he never signed up for. The man was just trying to make good on a promise he'd made 2 summers ago, finally hauling planks and a pocket full of hardware receipts home, his mind already picturing his kids' faces when they saw what he was up to. His wife Amira was inside making lunch, sunlight pouring through the kitchen window, breeze rolling in. The kind of day that makes you believe, yeah, maybe everything's gonna be all right for a minute. So there's Dorian, pulling up in his driveway on Brady Street, quiet part of Van Buren, Arkansas, single-story homes, people who usually just wave and move on. He liked that, no drama, just folks living their lives, him included. He steps out in old boots, sawdust on his jeans, hoodie halfway zipped, ready to get started. Except he's got that feeling, the sense someone's watching. And there she is, across the street, arms folded, chin high, staring like she's just discovered a wild animal in her yard. Dorian gives her a neighborly nod. Nothing, just icy silence. He figures, hey, maybe she's new, maybe not everybody is friendly right away, whatever. He shrugs it off, grabs his lumber, heads for the backyard. But her voice cuts through the air, sharp, bossy, like she's used to folks jumping when she speaks. Excuse me. Dorian turns, polite, but she's got that look, like she's itching for a problem. What are you doing over there? She says. Who are you working for? Dorian blinks, caught off guard, tries to explain. I'm the owner, ma'am. Dorian Bell. I live here. But she's not hearing it, just staring, like reality can't quite get past her filter. Then, she pulls out her phone. I'm calling the police, she announces, loud enough for his neighbors, and, hell, probably the birds in the next county. Suspicious individual trespassing. Dorian lets out this half laugh. Maybe she's kidding, right? Nope. No, I'm not, she says, turning away, shielding her phone from him, voice cold as ice. He looks at his own house, his daughter's face in the window, her little hand pressed to the glass, watching all of this play out like it's a bad TV show. He tells his wife, just a neighbor being curious, trying to keep it chill, tells her to stay inside with the kids, no need to escalate. He leans on the truck, not running, not yelling, just waiting for whatever's about to roll up. And boy, do they roll up quick. First cruiser, then another, and a third, blue lights flashing down Brady Street like it's a parade for the wrong reasons. Officer Neil Alvarez gets out, stocky, cool eyes, aviators, hand resting near his belt, but not on his weapon, which, matters. Ma'am, you made the call. She points at Dorian like she's doing her civic duty, says he's trying to get into the house. Then Officer Latrice Donnelly steps out, tall, black, sharp as a tack. She sees Dorian. There's this flicker, recognition. Dorian Bell? Weren't you at the council cleanup last fall? Dorian nods. Backyard composting seminar, small town stuff. Ruth Ann, the neighbor, her face drops. Now Alvarez is asking for Dorian's ID, just routine. Dorian cracks a joke. You want the license or the electric bill? And even the cops let out a dry laugh. But Ruthan's not done, still pushing. You're just going to take his word for it? Alvarez holds up the license, points at the wooden Bell family sign, his kid's handiwork, hanging by the mailbox, blue letters all crooked and bright. Kind of hard to miss. Donnelly steps up, tells Ruth, and next time, maybe ask questions before you call 911, especially when it comes to your neighbors. People live here, raise families here, work hard to feel safe at home. Ruth and just mumbles, I thought, and Donnelly cuts her off. That's the problem. Heavy pause. Alvarez hands Dorian back his license. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Dorian keeps his cool. No yelling, no scene. But you can hear it in his voice. That's not the first time he's carried it. Now here's the twist. Across the street, old Mr. Edgar Linwood, retired history teacher, has been filming the whole thing from behind his curtain. Not because he's a busybody, just one of those old-timers who loves his camcorder, thinks he's recording a burglary, realizes who's involved, and decides to send the video to his son up in Fayetteville. The son posts it on a local page, caption, This is Dorian Bell. He lives here. Watch what happens when someone assumes he doesn't. That thing goes viral faster than bad news on a Monday, 20,000 shares by the next morning. The internet mob takes it from there. Folks weighing in from all over, some angry, some apologetic, everyone with an opinion. But Dorian? He's just trying to finish lunch for his kids, hoping the whole thing will fade. It doesn't. That night, he sits on the patio with Amira, tells her, Jessa saw it all. She thinks I was in trouble. That's what sticks with him. Not the embarrassment, not the cops, just the fact that his little girl saw the whole thing, and now that's a memory she'll keep. Across the street, Ruthan's phone is blowing up. Texts, videos, messages from people she hasn't heard from in years. She can't even bring herself to watch the video at first, just stares out her window at the Bell's porch light, feeling the weight. Monday rolls around, and Dorian's the talk of the town. His manager pulls him aside, tells him the mayor wants to use the footage for a community forum on race and trust. Dorian just shakes his head. You want me to be the face of this? She says, no, just your side. Show people what grace looks like. He says he'll think about it. That night, a message from Edgar, the guy with the camcorder, offers to help with the treehouse. I'm retired and bored. Dorian laughs. First time he's felt normal in days. Meanwhile, Ruth tries to write an apology, crumples up more pages than she keeps. She can't go out without feeling the eyes, the whispers, at the pharmacy, post office, even church. Her own sister writes a letter. You owe him a real apology. Face to face. Finally, one Thursday, Ruth walks across the street. Dorian's just finished the treehouse platform, sweat on his brow, feeling good for the first time all week. She stands at the edge of his driveway, holding an envelope. He doesn't move. She says, what I did was wrong. I assumed things. And that says more about me than anything else. She's fighting tears, and Dorian just stands there, arms crossed. He finally says, you know what hurt the most? My daughter saw it. She still asks about it. Ruth apologizes, really apologizes. Dorian tells her, I've paid every mortgage, fixed every inch of this house, built that tree house, and none of it mattered in a split second because of how you saw me. She nods. He tells her to start walking the neighborhood again, not hide behind curtains. Better that than hiding, he says, half a smile. That night, Amira reads Ruthan's letter, messy, honest, painful. She's trying, Amira says. It's a start, Dorian replies. 2 weeks later, a block party flyer shows up. No signature, just let's talk. Let's eat. Let's do better. Saturday, 4 p.m., people start showing up on Dorian's lawn. Kids, old folks, neighbors with muffins, someone with potato salad, folding chairs, the whole 9 yards. It's awkward at first. Then Edgar, the camcorder guy, tells a story about a field trip and a goose, and people finally laugh. Ruth comes too, brings cornbread and napkins, sits beside Amira. They talk, slow and careful, but they talk. Motown plays, kids dance, and, for a second, people just see each other. No categories, no headlines. Dorian stands by the grill with Donnelly and Alvarez. Looks different than last time we were here, Alvarez says. Yeah, feels different, too, Dorian replies. Donnelly adds, not perfect, but better. Dorian nods. That's enough for now. Then, somebody hands him a mic. He says, I didn't ask for any of this. Just wanted to build a treehouse with my kids. But I realized we all shape this place. Our block, our country, by our choices, our courage, our silence. I'm not mad. I'm just tired. Tired of having to prove I belong. But I'm not hopeless. Because this, tonight, is what fixing it looks like. Honest, messy, but real. The cookout lasts till the stars show up. Nobody rushes home. Folks help clean up, and Ruth she doesn't sneak away. She stays till the last bag of trash is tied up. On her way out, she says, I still have work to do. Dorian just nods. So do all of us. That's it. No grand ending, no big speech, just regular people, trying. Because belonging isn't a handshake or a sign. It's being seen, respected, having the guts to show up and try again. If this story hit you anywhere, if it made you feel, or made you mad, share it. Talk about it. Don't just let it fade. This kind of thing happens more often than we want to admit. But change? That starts with us, right here, right now, having the guts to talk about it and do better. You know what I mean?